Well, we're back home at the Swather, but we're not finished haying. We're busy fixing. Hey everyone. Well, today is a little bit of a gray day, just enough rain to toughen things up and not be worth haying. So we had a little trouble with our swather here the other day. Dad was cutting. We're out in Plum Lake Marsh here right now, still working away at some haying, and he was having trouble with this canvas here that he was piling up on him right about at this spot here. It would jam up over top of here. And what was happening, I was noticing the canvas was pointing itself downhill like that all the time toward that end, and I always kind of wondered why. And I should have actually taken a minute to fix, but this is what happens when you just kind of go at things and don't take the time to look at things. But what had happened over time, this has happened over a couple of years, it wore the slats, and the canvas wore this hole out here, which that's supposed to be all covered, of course. Did a pretty good number on it, and I realized this roller wasn't running straight. And it would have been a simple fix if I would have just actually looked right there. Those slotted holes. So hopefully I still got some adjustment there. Oh yeah, there's lots of adjustment actually. Yeah, come to think of it, there would be. If I would have just taken a few minutes of my time and adjusted those bolts and straightened out, I could have things running that, and I wouldn't have this little problem. So now a little neglect has turned into a major enough fix. So now I got a welding project. So just, yeah, wasn't a bright move, but anyways, we're here now. We got a day here that we can, that's actually what it's supposed to look like. No wear. And yeah, way too much wear. So I guess I got a welding project to do this afternoon. Talk to you in a bit. Well, here's the canvas that's supposed to go on there. Doesn't look too bad. I got it rolled out here. There's one slat broke here. Maybe fix that. Put another slat in there or whatnot. There was a burn spot there where when she did jam, she just spun on the roller there and created a little burn spot. But then the slat broke. Look out, Finn. Slat broke off there. Slat broke off there. And this is kind of foobarred. I don't know if we'll bother. I thought there was maybe more damage than that, but maybe we could piece it together. Maybe we'll just find another chunk and start a little fresher here. You can see with the wear down here when it was rubbing on that, where it was gouged out there. Yeah, left that go way too long. So now we have a canvas to repair as well as the swather. I guess we better go look for some steel. Well, now I've got this roller off here right now to make it handier. Just figuring what, I think I got a chunk of steel here that would work, can make work. What I want to think I'm going to try and do is I don't know if I get a piece of cardboard or paper or something and kind of trace from here. I don't know if I'll try and make the full hook like this, or at least to here, and use another chunk. I got this other chunk of iron here I could use too. Not sure, but I think I'm going to try and stay with this piece here because it's about right. It's maybe not quite so, but I think I could maybe fill that in with weld. I don't know. We'll see when I get her cut out. But I can't. I'd like to put a plate right over top of everything, but then this won't fit on properly. And there's not enough. If I was to put this back on, there's not enough. See, there's not enough there to be able to do that. Because I want to keep this as beefed. Whoops! I want to keep this as beefed up as possible. So I think I got to kind of countersink it in there to do it somewhat properly. So I think that's where I'm going to try. Well, I traced out. Took a chunk of cardboard and traced it out as best I can. Got my pipe made. Looks like what's some sort of a bong or something. So let's see if my tracing, that's a little bit off. You get the idea what I'm trying to do here anyways. It's pretty close. I just gotta do a little trimming there, and then I'll put that on my piece of steel here. Trace it with chalk. I was thinking of going over to Roland's with it to use his plasma cutter, but I might just try it with the torch here. See if it warps. Torch sometimes warps things a little too much heat, but I think I'll give it a whirl with the torch here and see what happens. Well, it's a day or so later, and today we can't really do much for baling, so I thought I'd better get at this. So I've got my piece here that I've cut out of a piece of flat iron and shaped it and round it. And so if I can just get that set in there, get that kind of tacked on, and a little bit of a hole I got to fill up there because my piece wasn't wide enough, but I'll find another chunk there to fill that little gap. So I guess we'll start welding. There. It's kind of tacked on there for now. Well, nothing fancy. Got a hole there that I gotta fill in. Kind of burnt through, a little thin spot. Same thing at that end. I'll just keep poking away here, chip the flux off here, and just keep building stuff up as best we can. Well, we're slowly getting things welded up and starting to grind things down. Yeah, I got some touch-ups to do here yet, but I couldn't get my grinder to go this way, so I had to take this piece off. Figured may as well just do that. She isn't fancy. For some of you it might be quite rough, but from this end and this way this cowboy does things, I think she's about as good as she's going to be. She's going to be smooth enough for when it comes around, it won't hook into anything. Get this out of the way. I think it'll be fine because the canvas comes around this way and goes underneath, so that part isn't, I'm not as concerned. It's not gonna, doesn't look like it's gonna hook anything, rip. I had to take that part off, I think I told you in the last clip, so I can get in there with my grinder a little better. It looks like there's some wear on it too. Here, I'll show you. Oh. This is an old header, so there's some wear. We're considering maybe we got a couple other old headers that we use steel parts off of and whatnot. We might steal the slide off of that, and whether it'll fit or not, but we can still match it up somehow. And Dad got digging around. We were going to fix this canvas, but he found some new canvas with some, looks like better slats in it. We could still fix this one and you keep it around for a spare. But it's kind of chewed up at this end and it's been beaten up enough over the years. So he's got this canvas here, probably the right length or close to it. He's even got this cut out already, so I think we're going to give that a whirl. Make an improvement while you're at it. Well, we're over here at the other yard at our donor header here, and we got looking at the swather. I should have showed you before that. It's wearing out in here too. So we got figured may as well rob this while we're at it. While everything's apart, may as well change it, and then we'll take this stripper, this stripper thing off. Or I shouldn't say stripper. Flat edge off. It's a little short because this is a center delivery header. We're about a foot short, but if we cut the other one and just kind of overlap this one over top, it should should work all right. So take some bolts off and we'll get it back on. Got our other roller back on here and put these rubber grippers on. I think I've got it fairly level before because it was way out of whack before. So I guess we'll find out once we put the canvas on and start running it to see which way, if it tracks this way or that way, or hopefully straight. And we've got our guide put in. And I had to, like I told you before, I had to cut a piece on the end here. I just draped it over the top. And just bolted it together like that. Canvas runs this way anyways. I got a little bit of smoothing to do there with the grinder, just so it's not cutting the canvas, but it'll be going this way anyways, so it's, as long as it was over top of this, it was fine. So I guess the next step, other than that, is put the canvas on and see what happens. Looks a lot better. I think we got her licked. Well, there you have it. Hopefully we got the problem solved. She seems to be running a lot truer. A better canvas too. I guess that's what happens when you actually take some time and make some adjustments and try and do things with a little more organization. So, ready to wreck again. Just gotta grease it up and give it a little dust off. It's even trying to shine. It is supper time, so that'll be it for today. So on that note, hope you enjoyed it. If so, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.